Some people would ask, is this a political stunt? Is this specifically a political stunt? Or is he doing this because he feels that she has a right to be pardoned? Inquiring minds would like to know.
Pascal,
We do have some breaking news. This is brand spanking news, so bear with us because we're going to be trudging through this pretty hardcore. Now, here's the thing. Trump has been talking about pardoning overnight, literally, as he's in his Air Force One or his Trump plane. I think it's his own Trump plane. Anyway, he mentioned that he was going to possibly pardon somebody today. And everybody was sitting there speculating like a mug going, hey, who could it be? Who could it be? Some people thought it was going to be, I saw a tiger, Tiger King. They also thought it was going to be possibly Snowden, Edward Snowden. But we have breaking news on who he decided to pardon. Jackie, speak on it.
So, President Trump has announced this morning that he will give a posthumous, that's how you pronounce that, right? Pardon to Susan B. Anthony.
Susan B. Anthony, y'all. Now, let me ask you this. Just for people who don't know who Susan B. Anthony is, who is Susan B. Anthony? Quick little synopsis.
So she was like one of the largest involved people in the women's suffrage movement. So if women have the right to vote today, you can thank Susan B. Anthony. And the announcement today came 100 years to the day after the 1920 ratification of the 19th Amendment, which gave the women the right to vote.
The right to vote. So congratulations on 100 years, first off. Okay, 100 years. Susan B. Anthony has been pardoned on the exact day of the celebration of the 100th anniversary of women's right to vote. This is very, very interesting.
Right.
Very interesting.
Do you know what he's pardoning her for?
What is he pardoning her for, Jack?
So she had voted, and then she was indicted and tried and convicted for voting illegally. And then she was sentenced to pay a fine of $100 in court costs. So that has never been pardoned before. It's always sat on the books. And so President Trump has taken it upon himself to be the one to pardon her.
Let me ask you this. How long has Susan B. Anthony been on the books? How long has she been?
And that was in, what year? 1872. So, 138 years.
Interesting.
18 years.
Wow. That's some funny stuff. So, Susan B. Anthony has officially been pardoned, everybody. Wow.
So, I don't know. What do you think about it?
I'm going to say this. If anything, I'm happy about it. Yes, I'm happy about it because this is somebody who was fighting for women's rights, fighting women's suffrage, as you were saying a second ago. I'm happy about it. I think this is really, really fantastic news. But I also think this too. Trump's very smart. He's being very smart. He just did a very smart move. That was a very smart move. I'm going to be really honest. That was a very smart move. Here it is. Because we are going to talk about this in a little bit. But there is a lot of things in regards to both sides of the political spectrum right now during these elections are trying to pander sometimes, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, towards the female vote, towards the woman's vote. So the fact that he did this, especially on the 100th anniversary of women's right to vote, is a very, very smart move. So some people would ask, is this a political stunt? Is this specifically a political stunt? Or is he doing this because he feels that she has a right to be pardoned? Inquiring minds would like to know. Regardless of it, I am happy about it. I also do think politically, as far as a political move, it's a very smart move on behalf of Trump. What do you think, Jack?
I mean, what is the effect of a pardon on someone that is already passed?
See, that's the other thing. It's not like she is still alive. She ain't going to be outside running around being free. She's gone. She's no longer with us. She is dust in the wind. All right. So I don't know. I know that it's nice. It's great. I'm happy about it for sure. But that doesn't bring her freedom. She doesn't get the taste, the sweet taste of freedom as she walks out of those prison doors. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
It's one of those situations where like the government pardons you, they're like forgiving you for what you did, and I don't think that in that situation either that she really was asking for forgiveness. She was demanding equality. Like,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Pardon is kind of, I don't know. It seems surface level to me. What else is going to happen around it? I look forward to see what it develops into, and if there's some kind of positive movement from it.
Yeah.
I mean, pardons in general, I think that are used for people that are currently alive. You can see something actually happen for that person. Is this going to affect her family in some way? Is it more just, I mean, it's all more of a, I don't know. It just seems surface level to me. It's like, okay, yeah, now she's pardoned.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, because here it is. Maybe this is something that he just found out about whilst mid-travel. He could have been in the plane. Somebody in his team said, oh, the 100th year of, for women's right to vote is the anniversary is tomorrow, by the way, and, we do have somebody on the list, that hasn't been pardoned, Susan B. Anthony. She's an icon in regards to the women's suffrage movement and all that. Hey, Trumpy Trump, why don't you go ahead and pardon her? Because that would be a very good look, and that would look very good for the female vote and all that, because you're trying to get the female vote right now. Maybe his polls are really low. Maybe, women are not really answering or feeling Trump right now. You see what I'm saying? So maybe he does this big move. It's a big move. Let's be real. That is a very big move, solely just to pander to the female vote. That's one question. That's one thought that is most definitely out here. I'm even seeing it in the chats down below where people are sitting there going, man, it's a political stunt. It ain't ish. It ain't nothing. How convenient is he pardoning her on the day of the 100th anniversary? You see what I'm saying? It almost seems too planned out. It's almost too good to be true. But at the same time, I'm going to say this. It's a very good move. And it's great news. Regardless if he's doing it just to look good, it's still fantastic news. She is finally free. Her name is finally pardoned for doing something that was so amazing, for doing good. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that her name is now pardoned is a huge thing. So I'm happy about it, but it does look like a little bit of a political stunt to me. What's up, Jack?
So I just was reading a couple things on Twitter in responses to it and everything. And Kathy Hochul, Lieutenant Governor of New York, as highest-ranking woman elected official in New York, and on behalf of Susan B. Anthony's legacy, we demand Trump rescind his pardon. She was proud of her arrest to draw attention to the cause for women's rights and never paid her fine. Let her rest in peace.
Wow. And who said that again? I'm sorry.
That was the Lieutenant Governor of New York, Kathy Hochul.
Wow. Maybe they're doing that because she doesn't want. maybe they're saying that because they don't want Trump to look good for 5 seconds.
Yeah, but it was just like what I was saying was like, I don't think she wanted forgiveness from the all-male jury that found her illegal to be voting. She demanded change in the law, which that change in the law already pardoned her. Like, that's, by being granted the right to vote, that's her pardon. Like giving all women the right to vote. Like, that's
I could definitely see
know,
that.
I could understand her stance. I mean,
I can
and
see
if
that.
there's more about it, I don't know personally. I don't know about Susan B. Anthony's like legacy of what exactly she was trying to leave behind and all of her other political views or anything else like that, or what I don't know about how she went about her daily like living, and if this woman knows more about that.
Now, here's the other thing, though. Maybe because obviously a lot of people think that Trump is a male chauvinist pig. So maybe she's sitting there saying, no, not him. Of all people, a chauvinist pardoning someone who wanted women's rights. You see what I'm saying? I feel like she's almost like a gut reaction of like, I wish it was not him that is pardoning her. You see what I'm saying? Of course, there's a lot of people out there that feel that way about Trump, that he's just a misogynist, he's a racist, you name it. Those are the things that they say about Trump in the negative context. Now, here it is. Outside of that, maybe she didn't want her name pardoned. Maybe that's what it is. But at the same time, I think it's good news. You know what I'm saying? I do think it's good news, but I do feel that he could be pandering towards the female vote because that's what he needs right now. That's what Biden needs too. You know what I'm saying? Like they both need it badly. You know what I'm saying? So for that, and it's perfect timing. So on the anniversary, it's just all happens at the same time. It's a good look. It's a very, very good look. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I think regardless if she didn't want to be pardoned or not, I think I'm happy that she's pardoned. Does that make sense? Even because in a way it seems like even her soul, her spirit could still be locked up in a way. And now her soul, in a way, has been freed, which is, I think, great. But most definitely, it's got there's a plan behind it. Most definitely. You know what I'm saying?
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.